Mic check.
Mic check. Mic check. 1, 2. Oh, let me give you something right quick so you ain't heard me rap in a minute. You ready?
Yep.
No, I'm just gonna give it to him. This is the episode about him, not me. So
No, I'm cool with whatever you want to do.
So let's do that. I'm gonna give you this. See, I'm a beast and I mean that. Truly, I make them lean back. I can do the thug, but I prefer to do the clean rap. Non-rapping cats don't even know they cynical. Let them be soldier boys. I be the general. Truth of the matter is I'm raw to the core. Plus I'm BFW. I'm built for this war. Like Diggable Planets, I'm cool like that. Like Martin, Kevin, and Cat, I'm a fool like that. Yeah, my name Ricky, so I rule like that. I don't work with nines, AKs, texting, tools like that. Now, my time in the booth, it was time well spent. Because a lot of rappers are making dollars. They just ain't making no sense. We got to bring it to a halt, fam. This trash got to stop. It's not a trend. See, I intend to protect hip-hop. Just to show my family, friends, and foes I ain't playing, I put a TV in my mouth so y'all can see what I'm saying. And for the blind, I'm spitting the track and braille, but I'm making the beat drop like a hammer and nail. And for the corner boys that be up to no good, I'll spit it in Ebonics, still translating the hood. And like my man Chris Breezy, I'm ready to run it. I'm not the best that ever did it, just one of the best that's ever done it. I wasn't raised around the gangsters, hustlers, and mini thieves. A good dude, you wouldn't find me puffing on any trees. And since I'm blowing up, well, I'm starting to gain some enemies. So suave my mouth, get my DNA, make some mini me's, and now you got a bunch of Rickies running around the booth. All storytellers, and the story is the truth, and I'm gonna give it to you raw, no sugar, but still tasty. Rewind me to conception, and you still couldn't replace me, cause it takes me to make this thing go right. So now the truth, kid, you gotta raw base me, excited to meet me. He thought he never faced me. His girl's checking for me, so she'll copy and she'll paste me. My father's name is Raymond, and my mother's name is Daisy. I worked 5 jobs, so y'all could never call me lazy. And I'm tired of all these rap cats saying what they gonna do to me. I've been designing line before 89. This is nothing new to me. They don't want to get me pissed, then they put me on a mission. And I gotta do it right because the opposition's listening. So like Chris Breezy, I'm ready to run it. I'm not the best that ever did it, just one of the best that's ever done it. I'm the man in my city. I don't care what he think. Why would I chase his girlfriend when I don't chase my drinks? Sound check.
Take.
I'm Ricky Willis. You might have seen me on TV. And now I'm taking on the podcast world. Join me as we dive into stories of ordinary people doing extraordinary things. I believe everyone has a story we can learn from. Let's talk about yours. This is the Clever Conversations Podcast. What's going on, baby? It's your man, Clever. Thank you. It is another edition of Clever Conversations with your boy Clever. And today I have the personal pleasure of being here with Comedian Redbone. You've seen this guy for years, man. You've seen this guy. What's up, baby?
What's up, baby?
Good to see you, man.
You know,
that's all right.
You know, we in this chair kind of tight.
Yeah,
you know
man, listen, we better don't exhale too much now.
I almost knocked the mic over. Shit.
Almost, I already did it.
Right.
So what you getting into these days, man?
Man, you know, like living life, man.
Okay.
And these days, you know, I'm about to turn 50 this week coming up.
Oh, man.
And,
congratulations.
yeah,
welcome to the 50th Club.
Bruh, listen, people dropping like flies.
Come on,
here.
bruh.
So I'm
It's a
blessed
blessing.
every day you can touch these feet to the ground.
It's a blessing when you can move how you want to move, right?
Bruh, it is a true blessing.
So you are in Savannah? You in Georgia?
I'm living back in Savannah.
Okay.
I am. Yes, sir.
All right. So, man, tell the people a little bit. Just give us a brief synopsis. I got a ton of questions for you, man.
Gotcha.
Just give the people a brief synopsis of Redbone. Just let them kind of.
All right. So I'm the baby of 4. Okay. I got 2 older brothers and an older sister. And growing up, I grew up over off the Lesseps. And that's considered the hood now. But back when I was there, there's about 3 black families, 4 black families.
Really?
The Quartermans, the Jacksons, and the Grahams. I'm just being funny because I know everyone still.
Right.
The Grahams, that's my best friend. We grew up together. Now, I know most white people say that I'm not racist. My best friend's black. Okay? That's when you know they're racist. I'm just letting you know ahead of time. That ain't the fact here. However, so growing up, we was probably, he was about 7 or 6, and we was younger. We were 3, 4.
Okay.
And he, we became friends, and he was like our big brother. His name's Eron.
Okay.
So growing up, that was like our brother. And anytime we go out, have something going on, he'll be our protector. And still today, call him right now, but he's in Dublin. Ireland right now. But a blessing to have him as a friend. And what's really cool is all the people in the neighborhood, we all still friends 44 years later.
Come on. That is the era that we're from, though.
Brother,
we're from that era.
Let me tell you, we got five, six, we got about 10 people we can call, get together.
And bring the whole neighborhood together.
We've been together all that time. And we can be in a room and be like, know what everybody thinking. Like, it's like, you can't find that no more. And that means everything when you can pick up the phone and call somebody and they know.
Well, you know what? That's sometimes me and some of my folks, we talk about stuff like you can pick your family. You cannot, however, pick your relatives.
For sure.
And so this is one of those things where you guys are family and that's just cool. Because back in the day, you know, I still got friends that I grew up with that I know from middle school. But today's era has changed. Like, you know, I know a lot of younger people who like, I don't mess with them no. I don't know. We've been friends all our lives.
Yeah, bro.
Since the water hose days.
Yeah, man. I mean, just growing up where I'm from has made me who I am. You know, we grew up, we was over there by what was Manchester apartment?
Yep.
So Manchester, that was kind of, you know, rough back in the day. And then you had Caton Holmes, Fraser Holmes.
Yeah.
So, you know, what people don't realize is like, a lot of people say Redbone try to act black, right? Redbone, he think he black and all that, right? So what happened was, my two brothers and older sister, they went to private school. And my mom and daddy had pretty good jobs back then. So there was a time where they tried to put me in private school. They put me in Blessed Sacrament for a brief moment. And then the money started getting a little tight. So I ended up going to Gaston.
Okay.
And then I went to Juliet Lowe, and then I went to Hubert. And people don't realize, you know, being a black kid like I am, and what I mean by that is, when you're the only white dude in the class, you don't become black. You pick up shit.
All right.
And I naturally picked up shit through the years. Now, I can tell when something about to pop off. You can sit here all day. You can sit here all day and try to figure that shit out. But until you around some shit, you can pick some shit. I'm telling you, I done been places I be like, we got to go. And it's within moments. I can see some shit.
Oh, goodness.
I see motherfuckers step on somebody's shoe. I say, you got to go, bro. He done stepped on that man's shoe. I mean, I'm looking for the dope.
So what you're saying is if we're in a crowded room and I snatch off and start running, you right behind me?
Just know this. I'm probably ahead of you.
In front of me? You already seen it?
But see, most white people we know is we want to see what the hell going on.
That's peculiar. What is?
Yeah, what is that gunfire? And that's the funny thing. You know, people are like, man, how you get why you wait or whatever. I don't feel like I'm anyway. I became who I am by my natural environment, right? And not even that, I tended to start to like black women. Now, I don't like chocolate too dark. I like them red bones. And that's, to me, that's my weakness, right? So I ain't gonna lie, I used to see a red bone. I mean, it didn't matter. She had one leg. I mean, God dang.
No, babe, we can work on your teeth. We'll get you some teeth.
What? I done seen plenty of no teeth bitches. Women that I take to get them some work. But you know, I'm not saying nobody's a bitch either. So I don't call women bitch. I mean, but we know we're using slang just to be in the show. Right. Which is not, you know, just don't take it the wrong way.
Right.
But no, but just becoming who I am today. And another thing too, my parents, you know, mom and dad were church going folks. And they never tried to tell us that you couldn't be with black people or be with white people. Like when I was growing up, I would go to the Oglethorpe Mall. I would just go up to black people and be like, hey. And my mom would say, get over here. And she'd be like, sorry. And they'd be like, no, he's all right.
He's good.
But because I didn't, you know.
Color didn't matter.
It didn't matter to me.
Right.
I'll tell you a little story. There was a guy named Dennis Akins. You know Akins State Farm?
Yeah.
Dennis Akins, he used to sell suits over at JCPenney. I don't know if you knew that. I don't know if you knew Dennis Akins, but he's a pastor too. But I used to go over and we used to walk through because my grandmother retired from JCPenney. Okay. So that was one of the stores we'd go in and, you know, like I said, I used to go to black people, talk to them. And I always go in there, it would be him and Al. a guy named Al, and Dennis. And I said, I want to get a suit when I was little. And Dennis would always say, you ain't got no crotch. You know, you ain't got enough crotch. And what he meant, I wasn't tall enough. The suit would be like a dress on me. And, you know, it's just funny how, you know, you go through life and you remember stuff, right? But people always, you know, treated me good and knew my heart, knew what kind of person I was. And my parents didn't shun me.
Right.
And try to, you know.
Keep you away from
something because of a color.
Right.
And when I met my wife, you know, she was black, brought her to the house. My mom and daddy. Is she
still black?
Yeah.
You said she was black. I was just asking.
I said she was black.
You said she was black. I was like,
no, I mean like black? I brought her to the house. No, you good. Dude, I misspoke. She's still black. But when I brought her to the house, you wouldn't think your parents gonna react. My mom and daddy didn't say none of that.
Well, that's just good stuff. You know what that is? That is good people, right? Because the reality is, you could be a white on white relationship or a black on black relationship, and they both could be toxic. But it's about the person that you find one attractive, the person that you find one could deal with you,
right?
And the reality is, everybody can't really deal with your BS, with our BS. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you find somebody is a perfect balance. Man, listen, trust me, I know.
Yeah. You know, just like we talking about, you know, just how I became who I am, you know. But my dad was a good man. My dad passed away about 12 years ago.
Sorry.
And but my dad's dad was a racist. See, that's another thing. See, it's funny, man, like how stuff is. And we had to bring him into the house at a certain point because my dad's mama died.
Right.
We had to bring his racist ass up in the house, right? So my friend Eron, we used to lift weights, and he was a big guy. You know, not fat, but he was just in shape.
So kind of like me.
Exactly like you. I mean, the way you got that 8-pack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you know, so he was coming up to the door one time, and my grandfather was in the living room. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be straight up what was said. So my grandfather was like, you see him through the window. He said, "Here come your nigga friend." That's what he said. So what I did is what you supposed to do. You got to put him on Front Street, right? So my friend come up, knocked on the door. I opened the door. I said, "Tell him what you said." He said, I said, "Well, tell him what you said. Now you're saying it to me. You tell him, you know." And and then my boy Eron, he said, "Well, what'd he say?" I said, "He said you look like you lift weights. You look real strong." He said, "Oh, okay." I said, "Yeah, I'll be out in a minute." Shut the door. He went back to the car. I said, "I'm gonna tell you something right now. If you ever say that about any of my friends ever again, I'll make sure my father put you in an old folks home. You won't be up in this house." Right? A week and a half later, Ron coming to the door. My grandpa seen him, he talking about, "Here come your friend." I said, "That's right." That's right. You got to stop that nonsense.
Yeah. The sad truth is that in a lot of cases, it's embedded into people, you know?
You know what? I hear you, but
it's like I'm not agreeing with it at all.
No, I know.
But some people, it's just in their blood. I'm one of my neighbors.
You said blood.
Yeah, like some people, it's in their blood.
But they'll take your kidney from your black blood. I'm just telling you. That's bull.
If they need a heart, and my heart works for them.
Racism is bullshit. Yeah. It's a weakness.
Yeah. So one of this older gentleman who is, I'm gonna presume that he's don't really care that much for us, darker tone people. He said to me, "Rick, people think I'm racist. We're not racist. The worst thing we ever said in our house was darkies."
That's right. You heard crickets just then. And you know what? He thought that was all right saying that.
The worst thing we ever said was darkies. And I didn't really want to like choke him out or nothing, so I just, yes sir, Mr. Old Man. Because Mom still taught me to be respectful to the elders. Yeah. So, and the thing about it is, it wasn't that important for me at that moment to debate or disagree. Because he's like 80. Like, his mind is not going to change. He's not going to be like, you know what, let's go power to black. He's not doing that. He's probably on the last leg, on the last lap. I just said okay.
But you hear what you just said, though? He's an elder. See, growing up, in a black neighborhood, black folks ain't mess with black old people. Old people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't mess with the old people.
Leave the elders alone.
The elders alone. And you took that even to the white man, even though he pissed you off, right? And that's one thing I can say, black folks have always been the one to turn the cheek. And black folks ain't turning the cheek no more. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not mad because if you do right, things will be all right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Do the right thing the first time.
Yeah, if you be right,
you'll be all right.
You'll be all right.
Yeah.
And that's a fact. Yeah. And, you know, I know we talking about color, but you know what? Color is a big thing because growing up, color was a big thing. You know what I'm saying? But I never treated nobody black. I ain't never treated no one Mexican. My old baseball coach said, I ain't never had a student like you who could get along with everybody. He said, and I'm gonna say this, he said you get along with the retarded people. Like you talk to the people who's special.
Right.
You know, and I would talk to everybody. I didn't see nobody that I wouldn't talk to.
And that just shows that you come from good upbringing. That shows that you come from a quality cloth, if you will.
For
you
sure.
know? Because a lot of people can't do that. I'm that person too. It doesn't matter. I mean, I can get along with a Klansman as long as you don't talk crazy.
Business.
So I just enjoy people and some people, but everybody not built like us though.
That's true.
In two manners. So they just not built like us. And
For sure.
And they not built like us.
Like when we go to a buffet, we go there to be there for buffet mean like buffet mean like relax.
Yeah, put some time
See, but
in.
some to you buffet mean to be quick. See, me and you, we're gonna go in there. A buffet gonna take us at least 2 hours.
Why would I rush all I can eat
for $14.95?
For $14.95 plus drinks.
What? And dessert?
Not leaving.
And they bring the rolls to the table.
Listen. Could y'all leave me alone, sir? It's a buffet. Y'all didn't say it's a time on it.
I mean, damn. I mean, I'm on a stopwatch over here.
Sir, that is your 17th plate.
When are you bringing the sirloin out?
Hey, how long for that mac and cheese come?
Bruh, listen. I mean, especially if it was good, you know, that's one thing. But anyway, you know, just in general, though, you know, I just love how life has, you know, people can hate all they want, but God's got me. And I'm going to tell you, that's one thing.
Could you say that one more time for the people that didn't hear it?
God's got me. I might talk a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, God has always opened all the doors for me. You understand?
I love
God has taken, it's like he has my hand and he pulled me
Pulling
through.
you right through.
Boy, let me tell you now, God is amazing. And I'm going to tell you, I can talk about, I might not be, go to church. I was raised up in church. But I mean, I don't go all the time, but because I don't believe you have to go to church to be saved and to be cleansed. Because I thank God every day.
Yeah. A lot of people think that because you go to church, that makes you that person. And that's not necessarily the case, because a lot of those people that's in that building every Sunday, every Wednesday, every Thursday, they are not right people.
The devil.
They are not the right people. So
they not. And I'm gonna tell you, I see, I ain't gonna say nothing, but I'm gonna tell you this. I'm more godly than a lot of people.
Yeah.
I help anybody. You know what I'm saying? I've helped a lot of people. They can't say let me tell you this. I've had people that say they need something, and I get on my Facebook and I try to raise stuff for them. Do it, Hollis at Above and Beyond.
Yeah.
Hollis, me and him put on a lot of events where we you know, we get together and use our connection.
Right.
And raise money, raise food for the people across, you know, in Louisiana. It's just to use whatever you have to be a segue to help anybody.
To whom much is given, right?
For sure, much is received, for sure. And I just always been that way. You know, I don't give my money. I ain't giving money. See, that's another thing now. So I said I'm black now. I'm gonna give you Oh
goodness,
shit!
I
Well,
love
that's
it.
the truth, you know. Hey, bro, now, hold up now. What? Now hold up now. You know, I got some shirts, but
Oh goodness!
I brought a case of water now. How many? I'm
Oh.
just saying, you need the money too. But anyway, I just don't want y'all to think I'm being messed up.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, that's funny then.
Buddy. Oh man. So let's so not only are you a comedian, you also played took parts in some movies as an actor.
Right.
So one of my questions for you would be, which is the harder to do?
Well,
The comedian side of it or the movie side of it?
well, to me, the movie, because you putting yourself in another position, and you know something you probably not familiar with, so you have to dig for that. You got to find that, right?
Okay.
Where comedian, me being a comedian, see, I say that being a comedian, people think that I'm up here. This is who I am. See, I don't drink. I've been on stage with comedians who get high, get drunk, and they have to go out and perform high or drunk because it's hard for them to be.
Oh, they need that medicine.
They need it. See, to me, when I go out, I'm natural, and people will see me off stage talking about, "Oh, you don't smoke or drink? Oh shit, that's natural," and they would be shocked that it was natural. You know what I'm saying?
That's because they don't know you. They don't know how you was built. You know,
Right.
they don't know the foundation of a Redbone.
I ain't never done drugs, never drank or nothing.
So, what was your first comedy show, comedy appearance? What was the first one you did, if you could remember?
So, I was little story here. I was selling cars at Dan Vane Chevrolet, and a guy named T. Mike Johnson had a friend named Akintunde.
Warnock. Thomas Jackson.
Akintunde Warnock and his brother. Yep, and he had a barbershop down here on Abercorn.
Yeah, we went to school together when they used to stay off Middle Ground.
Okay, well, he used to be best friends. Well, good friends with T. Mike, and he would go get his hair cut. And he was starting to do the comedy thing, probably a year and a half, 2 years into it. And he was having a Akintunde comedy bash at the Joke Yard of the comedy club up here on Montgomery Crossroads.
Okay.
It was called the Joke Yard, right across from Red Lobster in the old plaza over there. So T. Mike was like, "Man, I got this guy that sells cars with me. He funny." You know, T. Mike was like, you need to let this guy get on stage, right? And he come over and met me. He goes, "Well, I'll let you get on stage. If you think you funny, you want to do it, I'll let you get on stage." So I went over and got 5 minutes. So in that time, I made about 2 or 3 jokes that I thought was funny. And when I went on stage, and the crowd loved it. You know, it was a good thing, right? And that's where the fire started, because I went from there and I met this guy in Macon, and he had me do a few shows, and the next thing you know, I'm taping Comic View within a year.
Wow.
I mean, it happened like a gas to the fire. I mean, when I tell you, God is amazing now.
Wow.
That's what people don't realize. See, I was most humorous in high school. I was prom king in high school. That's what I'm saying. I was popular, but I was popular because I got along with everybody.
Right.
Okay? I made people laugh. Didn't matter. Just teachers thought I was retarded. Because, I like to have a good time, bro.
It's fun. Life is about fun, man. It's about enjoying the trip, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know? But anyhow, talking about what were we talking about again?
Your first.
Yeah, the first thing. When I got on Comic View, they needed 7 minutes of worth of material. That's all I had. And they
like 6:45.
Yeah. They said, "What's your name?" I said, "Comedian Redbone." Because it's funny, back in Comic View started, nobody was calling himself Redbone at the time.
Right.
And I didn't want to call. I'm going to be straight up. My name is Michael Alcott.
Right.
Give it up for Michael Alcott.
Come on out, Michael.
Yeah, that ain't going to hit.
And you didn't want to be like, bring it to the stage. Little Michael, big one. You didn't want one of those
I ain't want none of that.
Yeah.
And I just went through Comedian Redbone out there because I loved Redbone. And, you know.
You know what? And in retrospect, with you being black, you would be considered a Redbone.
Mm-hmm.
So it all worked out.
For sure.
So, what is, as far as the comedies, that was your first BET. How many times did you do that one?
I did Comic View probably 6 times.
Okay. I see one of the ones I really remember is when you was like telling the brothers, we didn't warn you.
Right. You ain't tell me about that.
We ain't
Yeah. Can't call, a woman a B word. Yeah. Well, you can't call a black woman a B,
Right.
But it's just funny, man. I use this all in my shows, and people think comedy is all made up, but a lot of comedians, about 50 or 60% of their comedy is
real life.
What happened to them. They just put it into a joke.
Real life experience.
Right. Just, I'm going to tell you this. I do a strip joke.
Okay.
That was one of my main jokes. That's the last joke I did. And let me tell you how I came up with that joke. When I was with T-Mike, I was young. I was 21. All these guys was 30,
Okay.
a lot older than me.
Right.
So I hung out with older people. So I learned a lot of stuff because I hung out with older people. I knew not what to do what they dumb ass did. They would say, hey, man, don't do this shit. So my first strip club experience was the Blue Flame in Atlanta. And all I remember is I heard,
you went from nothing to the Blue Flame?
Bro, listen. I went into the Blue Flame, and before we get to the door, all I heard was, kept it coming, kept it coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, kept it coming. I thought, shit right there, right? And I walk in, and all I see is asses just like this.
That's how they move.
Right? And it's just like this. And I'm like, right? And then, so the guy saw me. He saw my mouth open. And then this back, they would get the flashlight out and put the flashlight on it, right? And I ain't knew. I was like, my Lord, And this is my first experience with T-Mike and them down in Atlanta with the Blue Flame. And I was like, thank you, Jesus, for that experience right by the Waffle House. You go to Blue Flame, go right to the Waffle House. It's crazy. It's just right next door. Not far from it. I'm talking about like maybe 100 yards, But, I've had I've seen a lot of stuff.
That is hilarious, man. You got my chest hurting and my face hurting, bro.
Yeah, but.
So what was one of the, to your recollection, what was one of the most unexpected things that happened while you were on stage? Whether it was somebody walk up on stage, whether anything. What was one of the most unexpected things that happened while you were on stage, and how did you handle that?
So I'm gonna keep it 100 because it's what it is now. But I got on the Apollo. It was called Comedy TKO. It was me and Queen Aisha. And I ain't never been booed before in my life. I've been doing comedy. Suge Knight was there that night. Now, that's crazy, right? I had a story where I saw Suge Knight backstage. And he just happened to stop by the Apollo at the time. And so when she first came out, I don't know if you know about, Apollo, they had this crowd on the front. Then they had the upper crowd.
Tier, yeah.
Well, she had all her family
on the top.
On the top part. I mean, when she came out, it was just crunk. Shit. And that's my family. She was like, I don't know if you go back and you say, that's my family. I bet she said that, right? Bro, when I came out, because I didn't hear that at first because I was backstage.
Right.
They started booing me. So I got shook. So I did okay. I didn't get booed off.
Right.
Because it wasn't where they come out. Woo!
Right.
It was me and her against each other kind of thing. And that was my first experience. And that really humble pied me. See, one thing about black comedy, and I know that sounds crazy coming from a white dude, is black people will give you about 2 minutes to kill yourself. They'll give you about, if you ain't coming with it in 2 minutes, they gonna kill you.
If you don't catch me right now, then
boo, they gonna boo you. They gonna talk shit. It's coming. So that's why I liked it, because you had to come with it. And I had a lot of comedians who hated on me and didn't. They talking about, oh, you only funny because you white. And I was like, no. If I wasn't funny, I wouldn't be getting laughed at, and black folks wouldn't be having none of that shit.
You know.
You know what I'm saying?
You know.
But anyway, Yeah.
So, have you ever got heckled? And if so, how did you handle that? Like from an individual or a couple of people or
I have got heckled before, but you know what? When I go do comedy, I never go in the crowd. So I have a show. I do a show.
right,
I don't say, hey, man, look at that motherfucker outfit.
right,
I look at I fuck his girl.
right.
And the thing is, you don't never know what somebody going through.
Facts.
And I have seen a comedian try to say something to a person on stage and off stage, and they checked him worse than he checked them.
And you
the
comedian.
the crowd started laughing. I said, "Ooh, shit, you got to recover." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And,
you got the mic. You supposed, and you are the comedian.
It's just, being a comedian is tough, and you got to come with it sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
See, the question I asked earlier about the movies or the comedy, I would have felt like, or my thought process was like, he's probably gonna say comedy because the movie, if you mess up, they can stop and rewind, retake, stop, third take, and comedy, you there, right? And it's like, I gotta get this right right now, because I don't have a reset button. I don't have y'all give me 1 second, let me go over these. You don't have that. You just have to be on your toes, right?
Right.
That's what I thought comedy would have been harder than the movies. But you make a good point. With the movies, you have to become, it's an act. So you have to become whatever this is.
Right. You have to put yourself in a position. And the comedy is being who you
You're
are.
just being who you are.
Just like when you get in front of that mic, when you laying them lyrics down. This might be conversation, but I know a gentleman that can rap too, right?
Right.
So when you get in front of that and you start putting them lyrics out,
Yeah, I get
it's,
you.
it's like wiping your ass.
Easy. Too easy, baby.
Too easy.
Um,
I ain't never wanted to call a lawyer like I've wanted to call that lawyer before.
That's right. Do yourself a favor.
I don't know about you, but I be anytime I think about something, well, I know who to call, So, and it's just because of a man that know how to put the lyrics down on the computer.
It's just fun, man. I really enjoy words, man. I really enjoy music, and I'm grateful for the success that did bring.
Think about it, the segue that you have in your life. I mean, you met somebody and you put something together, and you didn't know it was gonna.
Had no idea,
but God knew. See, that's the funny thing, man. That's what I like.
Yeah. And I'm super grateful, brother.
Yeah, and you know what? You met tons of white people being around him.
Yeah, a lot.
And y'all can laugh all you want, but ain't nothing like having a door open to 50 white people that you would have never met before.
Facts.
In the city.
Facts.
Huh?
Facts. And everybody, I mean, and I met them from the block to the boardroom. Like everybody from the block, in the middle, and the boardroom. So I've been in their company. So I'm just grateful, man.
And never tried to use it.
I got fired from a job some years back, and I'm grateful that I got fired. I'm grateful now.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't grateful that day, right?
No.
But I'm grateful now because I feel like that was God, if you will, saying, I noticed what you think you want to do, but I got something else. So just, you get away from that. This is the path, because that brought us to me sitting across the floor from you talking now, chopping it up.
Right. Bro, listen, you got to have a path. You got to, if you let pour water on the top of something, it's going to find its way.
Yeah.
And that's how I look at me. If God found it. See, let me tell you this. To me, success, I've been on TV, been in movies, done stuff, right? I know I've met a lot of people. But guess what? I don't care nothing about that, really. I know some people would be like, man, I had a friend of mine tell me I ain't used my fame the right way, because at one point I was real hot.
Right. And
real hot. And I didn't go out here and try to do extra.
Right.
He goes, man, you ain't using it right. And what I try to tell him, I said, well, I didn't do this to be famous, to be honest with you. It happened that way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is really who I am. That's just my name change.
Right.
And that's what people don't understand, man. I mean, if you're doing this to be popular, it's gonna bite you in your ass.
Yeah.
The
thing about it is, and when you're doing it with that kind of motive, from my perspective, I feel like if you're doing it with that motive, then one, you're not going to be happy. Two, people are going to tell that that it's not really your thing, right? They're going to, rather they see, if it's, let's just say it's a comedian, they're going to see you on stage and they're going to enjoy it. They're going, oh, he's so great. But then they're going to see you in real life and you're going to be a butthole, right? So they're going to understand that this is, it's not the same person, I feel like.
Right.
And so when you're able to have peace with it and you're doing it because this is what you want to do, you're the same person on stage that you are when you're in the grocery store on aisle 6 getting cereal.
And that's how I've always been. I'm gonna tell you a little story real quick. I know we
listen, we get this we appreciate your time. So you
Well, I was coming down Abercorn back in the day, and I saw this black girl right by the big flag GCO carpet area.
Yeah, Sweetwater area.
She was coming up that way. And I was coming up, and she was a baby. And I pulled over. I say, you don't need to be out here on this road. Let me give you a ride. It's very dangerous. You got your kid with you. Blah, blah, blah. Gave her a ride. I can't remember why I dropped her off. I don't remember like the whole, but I remember doing that because that was the right thing to do. Right. So about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, maybe about 2 years ago, I walk in Kroger right here on 17 because I live out that way. Yeah. And saw this black couple coming in. I said, hey, how y'all doing? What's going on? You know, I speak to people. And she said, oh my God. Oh my God. And she was like, it's you, right? And I was like,
nah, no.
Well, I mean, not in a bad way.
I know, I'm just saying.
Yeah, right.
You like it's me.
I didn't know what you it was. What you are we talking about? And her husband smiling. And then I think he figured out what she was talking about.
Right.
She goes, do you remember giving the black girl a ride with the kid on Abercorn back in the day? I said, wow, yes. I said, I remember that. That was me. And she said, I was going through some times back then, and you was nice enough to pull over and give me a ride. And you are not going to believe this, sir. She said, every night before I went to sleep, I would ask God to bless you. Woo! What? That job got me, almost got me emotional. You know what I'm saying? Woo.
That's deep.
Man, let me tell you something. When you got somebody praying about you.
I told somebody that I'm grateful for my mother and my grandmother. And not that I'm not grateful for everybody else or other elders and family members or friends. It's not that. It's just that I'm grateful for them because they prayed for me when I was too stupid to pray for myself. See, I thought I knew everything. Everything happened because of Ricky, but not thinking or realizing that I got a team of people over here asking God to cover me.
My mama.
Come on, man.
My mama been doing that all my life.
Come on. When we too dumb to do it ourselves, when we just don't do it, we got some people asking for our safety, man.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, growing up in my neighborhood, my mama and my daddy was the favorite parents. It was funny because at my house, like, man, my mom and daddy sick, you know. But at the end of the day, all my friends wish my mom and daddy was more like my mom and daddy. My mom was prayed for. So pray for people. My daddy was real loving, real supportive. Anytime anybody grew up, they had a problem as they got older, they called my mama for prayer.
So you travel the world, yeah? You did comedy in other countries?
All over.
So what does comedy affect? Is it the effect of the jokes different in different countries? Like they have different kind of humor? What was the best?
400 miles away is different.
Okay.
Like me being a Southern guy going to New York. See, let me just tell you this: New Yorkers love Southern people.
Right.
They understand the jokes, but a Northern joke don't work as well down here because we don't know about all the different nationalities like they do up there. So they might tell a Jamaican joke, a Haitian joke.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, Jamaican joke, boy.
And then my friend, he do Indian joke. Now, that might work down here, but I'm just telling you, it hit different. So the Southern twang is welcome everywhere.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Right. People ain't used to that. Hey, how you doing? Like when I went to L.A., bro, let me tell you, I had management out there called Spivak Entertainment. That's my first management company.
Okay.
That helped me get into movies and everything. Okay. I went out there because of that. They wanted me to come out and put me in movies and stuff like that. They had me. So anyway, I go out there and L.A., bro, it was just phony. Phony people.
Really?
Yes, bro. Everybody an actor. You making a Subway. I'm an actor. No, you making a hell of a sub, though. I mean, but everybody's an actor. Everybody's this and that, right? And I was there, not long. And this is how God, let me tell you how God, this is how God worked. I told you, God don't comment you the way that happened, right?
Quick, within a year.
Within a year. It was probably 8 months, right? I moved out to L.A. with this management company. Within 2 weeks, or maybe a month, I'm in my first movie.
Come on.
I got it. I mean.
What was the first movie?
Devil's Rejects with Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
Now, Rob saw my comedy and he wanted to make a little part for me and made a part and blah, blah. And then really the other part we ad-libbed. That was all the chicken scene.
Yeah. You were in quite a few movies, like 5 maybe?
I've done 5 total.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been in Devil's Rejects, 31, The Do-Over. I did Cracker Jack back in the day in Jacksonville. It was like a bootleg movie back in the day, named a guy named Chad. And I'm on Tubi called Redwater. I'm a pimping with hoes in the woods.
Come on.
Yeah. I just did that like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Redwater.
I'm
watching it this weekend.
It's some bootleg shit.
It doesn't matter.
But me with the pimping the hoes.
It's my man.
Yeah, for sure.
My man is on it, so I'm supporting it.
For sure. And I gotta say, man, I was in Little John the East Side Boys Get Low remix video. Get Low. I was with
Get Low.
And then Cool and with Elephant Man and all them.
Yeah.
I was with that. Let me tell you, I'm telling you, I was hot. People knew who I'm gonna tell you, I couldn't go nowhere. I'm telling you,
I remember I called you one time, I'm like, yo, Redbone. You're like, who is this?
Never.
No, I'm just
never did that.
I'm just kidding.
Never treated nobody like that.
Listen, I'm just kidding. Ricky who?
My man right there tell you, I'm always been nice. I've always been a nice guy.
Yeah, he opened up for you at some point on one of your shows, man.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guarantee he can't say I was rude.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
We've been knowing each other many years, and I've known you to be just the kind-heartedest person, so I'm just clowning, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm just talking, but never. I can't even be that way. So.
Okay, so what was, to your recollection, one of the strangest venues that you've been in?
Strangest venues?
Ever had to perform somewhere in the basement and they told you it was going?
I've done a couple of clubs that was sketchy. Like, I ain't got my money yet. See, let me tell you, being a white comedian, I was getting shitted out my money in the beginning by a couple of white, black dudes trying me up and shit.
Oh, yeah.
So I learned real quick. I brought a friend of mine named Bruce, and he handled all the money from there on out. They say, hey, man.
We'll give it to you.
We ain't got the money yet. I said, hold up. I said, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I said, he done paid me because he the one that, and you got to pay him. So y'all got to take that up with him.
Right.
And they be like, oh, well, you just come on back over here and we can.
Hey, Bruce.
Hey, bro. Hey,
we'll get your money.
It wasn't that. He just wasn't, he just,
right,
and he helped me out. Like, he the one that took me on the road.
But that's good to have that balance, too.
We've known each other since we was in,
again, that goes way back, right?
Gaston Elementary.
So you ever been on stage, said a joke, and it didn't go off the way you thought it was going to go? How did you recover from that? And if you remember...
Next joke. You learn real quick, bro. Next joke.
So, for example, you will say, just give me an example.
Just talking about somebody fat or talking about somebody in the audience or just talking about... You just don't know. Like I tell you, you got to be ready because you don't know what people are going through.
Right.
And any kind of joke might not hit like everything else. You know Country Wayne, right?
No Country Wayne.
I've never met Country Wayne.
Never met him.
I've never been to any of his shows. I don't know. I've seen a skit. That's what I've seen, right?
Right.
But I hear from other comics. See, Country Wayne wasn't a comedian. He did skits back in the day.
Right. So.
Well, let me tell you a little something about that. So I heard.
Right.
I don't know this is factual. I'm just telling you what I heard.
This is grapevine, allegedly.
So Lil Wayne, Country Wayne ain't got nothing to do with, I'm just talking about what I heard.
It's allegedly.
Yeah. So I heard that he wanted to do comedy, and he got on stage, and he wasn't doing as well as he thought that.
It's not easy.
Right. Because he's
your
doing
job
skits.
as a comic is not easy.
Right. And, some people got to figure that out, that realize that it's not easy, right? But I heard that what he figured out to do was bring other comedians with him, and he would host the show.
And he could get his comedy off.
Right. And he would bring the comedians out, and then he started working on his craft.
Right.
You have to really put in the work and understand this game, because it'll bite you in your ass.
Yeah.
I like comedy. I was on tour with Steve, and when I was on tour with Steve Harvey, we spoke a lot, and we sit down and have conversations. He said, Redbone, I have comedians calling me all the time, talking about why you got that white boy on that stage with you. Why you letting him do that? He said, because he on time, he stay out my fucking way.
And he funny.
And he funny. And he do his a lot of time like he's supposed to. Steve didn't fuck around. He like somebody's about their business.
Right.
And that's what I was.
So his show was organized. The comedy show tour you guys been on with him, it was organized.
It was organized. His manager, Rashawn McDonald, that's the guy he was on tour with back then.
So if you supposed to come on at 8?
8 o'clock.
But if I'm not there, I'm supposed to start.
Yeah, you ain't going on stage.
Do I get to come back after some?
You done.
So somebody else just get extra time now because
You done. You ain't even coming back on the show.
So I'm not going to be on the show tomorrow either?
Nah, bro, you out. When you drop the ball, you better be ready to roll with it. This next brother coming to the stage, one of the blackest brothers in comedy. He's my cousin on my mama's side, all the way from Savannah, Georgia. Show some love for my boy, one of the blackest brothers in comedy, Comedian Redbone. And this is where they brought me out. He asked me how I want to be brought out. And that's how the manager brought me out. This next brother coming to the stage is one of the blackest brothers in comedy.
It's crazy because you have that memory that you're going to have forever of that experience, man.
Let me tell you, when you get done with a Steve Harvey show and you bring 200 DVDs with you and you sell them bitches out.
They gone.
Gone. You know what I'm saying? Gone.
Gone.
And guess what? People's in line. Thank you, Jesus. Hey.
Can I get a picture with you?
I had this lady come up, and she came up. She had jeans on. She done pissed herself, right? And she came up to my table. She said, look at this shit. And I said, what's that? And I said, that's piss. She said, that's because of your dumb ass. I was laughing my ass off and pissed myself and had to sit in this seat with piss on me the whole show because of your dumb ass.
I don't know if you really realize how funny you are. Like, what? I don't think you really know. I mean, I think you know you're funny, but I don't think you know how funny you are to us. Right. It's just, you got the lady out here. She came out, went home and showered up and put her wig on or whatever and come out here and now pissed up herself.
Bruh, let me tell you, that job was so funny. And I said, give that lady a DVD, that pissy lady that DVD. And it's just cool that, I got to experience a lot of stuff. And, like I work with Cat. I work with Kevin Hart. I worked with these cats before they blew up.
Before they were them.
Like, I worked with Kevin Hart before. See, what people don't realize about Kevin Hart is he came out one time before, like in 98. He had his own show on ABC. Really? And if you go back to Conan O'Brien, pull up Conan O'Brien first interview with Kevin Hart. This is when Kevin Hart first tried to come out. And it didn't work out. He had a sitcom.
Had no idea.
Yeah. And then he come out again. See, it's all about your team and your management and how they push you.
And timing.
Timing, exactly. It might not have been his time. See, one thing I don't do is I don't hate on nobody. I don't know Kevin personally. I met him. He paid for my food. We went to the restaurant after the thing. He wasn't as blown up as he was now, right?
Right.
Nice guy, humble guy. Wish I could work with him, but you know what I mean. I don't call people and ask to work with them. You know what I'm saying? And same with Cat Williams. Cat told these people in Savannah, I'm about to blow up. And I'm just letting y'all know I ain't going to get this price any time in the future. He would told them straight up, like whoever booked him.
Right.
He says, I'm about to blow up. And he blew up probably 2 months later. I mean, just blew up. And I've met a lot of people like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Who was the best? What was the best experience you had doing comedy with another comic? Like, I know Steve was like a mentor type thing. So, other than that, who was Redbone's favorite comic?
Well, you ain't gonna believe this, but Comic View was out. BET. That's what we used to go home every night, 7, 8 o'clock. Go watch that on BET.
Yes, sir.
And that's back when Cedric the Entertainer came out.
Yep.
Okay. And I'll never forget, brother said, what? Brother go to college 4 years. Ask what flavor Kool-Aid he drink. Red. Now, see, the Cedric today is not that Cedric. See, that Cedric was hungry.
Yeah.
See, when you hungry, you come with knives. When you make it, you got butter knives.
Yeah, you come with a bib.
And listen, I don't have like I met Steve when he was a millionaire, but now he's $100 million heir. See, that's a different Steve.
Yeah.
Now I'm not saying Steve is like. I'm just saying it's different. It's different. Yeah. He was rich back then, but he richer.
Yeah. He
got a whole different rich. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I met my wife when I was a multi-penny-aire.
Right.
Now I'm a multi-dollar heir, and so I still keep her around.
But you know what? She lucky you still keeping her around. Because we hard to come by.
We are
a high commodity, bro.
Listen, hot breed, brother.
Bro, listen to me. Wholesale places ain't got places like things like me and you.
You heard it. If we different, we almost unicorns up here.
Let me tell you, one thing you can guarantee about a big man. You ain't gonna be cold, and you ain't gonna be hungry.
You gonna eat.
We ain't gonna be sitting here going to get no diet. Let me try it now. I'm just saying, we just different.
We different.
The guys, I'm about to be 50, like I say, September 14th, I'm a Virgo. About to be 50. And they don't make them like us no more.
It's a different breed.
There's no procrastination here.
It's a different breed these days.
These young bucks don't know. And again, it's funny, you know, I used to hear my parents say to them young people, how these young people is. Now here we are saying
young people are.
Right.
That's fun. I used to tell my daughters all the time. At first, I used to tell my dad, what's going on, old man? What's going on, old man? What's going on? Dad always said, keep living.
That's right.
I say, what's going on, old man?
Isn't that funny? You say that,
keep living. Now, my daughter's telling me, what's going on, old man? To which I say, nothing, get out my face.
Right. Get the hell out my damn face with that bullshit. I ain't gonna say what my daddy said. I used to go to Kroger with my daddy. He'd grab the stuff and he'd be like, trying to read it. And I said, give me that thing, let me read it. He said, don't worry, it's coming. And it's you know.
It's here.
Yeah. Them there. See, it's funny. I went to the eye doctor. I was 44 years old. And I went and sat in the chair. He goes, hold on. Before you get up, I forgot. How old are you? I said, and then he put some stuff up and said, read this. And I needed the lenses with help me read with the words.
On the bottom, like these.
Transitional. And it was hard for me at the beginning because I never had them in my life. Yeah. Right. But yeah, that's when
you
it hit you.
You have to angle your head a certain way to read. I'm guilty.
You be riding down the street like this?
Trying to look at the GPS?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man.
Okay. So I think I know the answer to this, and I feel like I could text it to myself, and I'm going to be right. But what is your secret to keeping your high energy and just keeping to whom the person you are from the day you started growing into becoming Redbone to who you are right now, almost about to be 50? If you could give me one word that you would say is the secret, one word, what would it be?
To be the person that I am, and why,
How you became this person? What was the one piece of the recipe that made you who you are?
encouragement
Okay.
from my parents, my daddy. I played baseball, and I tried out for the St. Louis Cardinals when I was younger.
Really?
Yeah. Threw a couple no-hitters back when I was young in high school.
Really?
Yeah. I was an athlete. And my dad worked with me all the time. And he would help all the kids at the baseball field. Yeah. And he would always encourage me, even though I'm not saying I was the second or third best, but there was probably somebody always better than me, right? But my daddy never made me feel like ever nobody was better than me. He said, boy, you the best one out here. You understand me? At no point did I ever go on that field thinking I was not better than everybody else. What? My daddy never made me say, son, you can't do that.
And if you were the baby, right?
Yeah.
Was it two brothers and a sister? Mm-hmm. Are they all in the area now?
Yeah, my one brother lived in Beaufort, my other brother lived in the woods in the Pembroke, Claxton area, and my sister lived in Richmond Hill. But
okay, so y'all all still okay.
Yeah, so we all.
So do you guys get together and act crazy?
Well, we do when we get. One thing my father and mother always taught us is it's all about family.
Definitely.
Now let me tell you, I don't mean all the family. I mean the immediate.
Oh no.
Brothers.
We got sisters. A core.
It's the family.
We got a core, and then we got family.
Right.
Right.
It's all about my brother. Like at the end of the day, I'm gonna answer my phone for my brother, my mother, any of my immediate family, because it's all I got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how they always raised us. I don't care what they did, I'm gonna answer the phone. Even if I cussed you out the day before.
Right.
What's up? Because I'm gonna forget that because I love you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just don't make them like us no more, bro.
They built different now. They built different.
Telling you, bro.
Do you ever, let's say you're going to Texas to do a show.
Uh-huh.
Do you say, you know what, let me create some Texas jokes? Mm-hmm. Or so you normally, wherever you go and you do some research on that area, or you probably been there before, know people and just
prime example. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's just say he just came to Savannah.
Okay.
He about to do a show here.
Right.
He gonna come here. Redbone, how you doing, man? I know this your town. What's the bad streets?
Got you.
East Broad. Let's see. That's old school there.
That's old school.
That's MLK, right?
West Broad,
right? That's what I'm saying, West Broad. And then you got Bull Street.
Lincoln,
right?
I don't mean no disrespect, people. I like these streets. We just talking facts.
Right. I mean, we know stuff has happened there.
A couple times. Let me just say SPD's been there at least 3 times.
Today. So that's what you do. What you do is you intertwine your jokes with the street names, with the clubs.
Stuff that they're familiar with.
With the shooting that happened last week.
Or this morning.
Who it was. And then you would bring that on stage and be like, yeah, man, I was down here and blah, blah, blah. And everybody would be like, oh, because I live over there.
Right.
And so you bring that into the show. You got to learn how to incorporate.
That's helping me feel comfortable, too.
That's right.
So, you have any children?
I have one. Yes, Jaden.
So, how is the process? So, how do you manage navigating time with the wife, time with your career, time with the son, time for yourself? Like, you got to have some self-time. How is that process? How is that normally?
I was not... when you get popular and you start working on the road, that manifests... It manifests in a lot of ways. It goes, it don't help because when you popular and you go places and eat and do this, people take pictures with you, this and that. It's not a good look for your relationship because some people don't know how to take that.
Yeah.
And I probably wasn't very good. I probably wasn't a very good, I'm not married anymore. I've been divorced for about 17 years. Yeah. And I haven't got with nobody since. I ain't got time for all that.
Yeah.
But that changes a whole lot of things when you get to a certain point And it just changes things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, success, having that success, having all of that energy. I mean, the truth is, it could be a gift and a curse.
It can.
It could be a gift and a curse, especially if it's new, right? If it's new, for example, if you got on the stage and you went Kevin Hart and you got what you say is hot, hot, hot again, right?
Right.
You already know the format and the recipe of what could happen. So you got the insight on that. You got experience on that. So.
Right. If that door slams open, it's a wrap. I mean, like, if you don't realize it only takes one part. Look at Cat. Cat was Cat in the Hat on Comic View. Nobody knew who he was.
Wow,
a few people did. And you know what? He actually was still funny as Cat in the Hat, and he was still a genius like he is, because people don't realize Cat is really smart. Cat is really intelligent. And I could tell that when I first met him at Comic. I met him back in Comic View back in the day for a brief moment. But just him talking, you can tell he was articulate.
Right.
You know, he could articulate words. But like I say, I don't know him. I worked with him. I did another show with him in Phoenix. And he was cool then. But you can just tell his aura. See, some people just have it.
Yeah.
You can't stop it.
You can't fake it either.
Right.
You can't fake it.
People mad because he factual. You can't be mad at facts.
Sometimes the truth hurts.
Now, do I say he should have said any of it? Nah, that's his
Probably
opinion.
not everything.
That's his opinion. If he wants to do it, you can't say nothing about what he wants to do. But I never get into all that. But you'll never hear me talk about nobody. That's what I don't do. I don't throw shade nowhere.
I stay in a glass house. I can't throw rocks at anybody.
I am not. I don't say nothing about nobody. I ain't talking about nobody comedy. I ain't gonna say nobody ain't funny. I don't have time for all that. Some people want to get that all worked up, and they'll say I ain't funny, and I'll be like, I appreciate you. That's it.
Yeah, and I don't know what they heard if they say that.
Well, I mean, you know, it's funny you say that. I took a guy with me on a show before, and he went with me to Texarkana, Texas. It was me, Bruce, and what's her name?
Linnell?
No.
Some more?
Some more. Me, some more, and Bruce. And they brought me up on stage, right? Well, before he come brought me my money. And my man saw my boy I brought with me. He an older gentleman. He saw the money he gave me. He was like, what's that? How much is that? And then he counted it. He's like, are you serious? And how much time you doing? 15 minutes. 15 minutes! Right? He could not believe it, right? But when somebody wants you and they know you doing your thing, right? Well, anyway, after that show, went backstage with him. He was like, oh my God. Because he never seen me do comedy before. Okay. He know I'm a comedian, right, but he never saw me in action. He's like, man, I did not know you could do that. He goes, you transformed, right? He was, and then like, if I brought him somewhere with me, I wouldn't have to say nothing. He'd be like, man, this guy here.
That's your commercial. That's your commercial.
What? And then, not even that, if somebody said I wasn't funny, man, get your dumb ass from around here.
Right.
Like, when somebody in your corner.
When they got you, they got you.
Bruh, he ain't gonna let nobody say I ain't funny, because he done seen me go in there and make it hard for other comedians.
Yeah.
You understand? I've worked with plenty of comedians where I made it hard for them. I ain't never worked with them again.
With that being said, have you ever came behind a comedian and you was like, man, I'm going to have to put my foot in the mud on this one because that joker was funny?
Now, it's funny you say that. Now, you only have to get out the mud if you heard the water and the dirt mixing. Did you hear what I just said? If the water and the dirt mix, it makes the mud, right?
Right.
Well, if I ain't see the water and the dirt mixing, I wouldn't know there was any mud out there.
Right.
I never watch another comedian show.
So when they going on before
I've never watched another comedian show. I watched after I did a show.
Okay. So you don't listen to the ones that go on before.
I've never listened to anybody, because I'm gonna tell you why. That's just like you going out listening to somebody do their rap before you rap. Right. Now you second guessing your rap. All the shit you done talked about, they done said a few things, but you saying it differently. Right. So why you up here questioning yours?
Right.
So I would never go listen to another comedian because now I'm going to question this joke. So if I ain't never heard this joke, I can't sit there and question anything. I know I'm going to do me.
Right.
And that's what really helped me through the years.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Who was it? It was DL or one of those guys that when they was doing Kings of Comedy, they said they had to come out. No, this was Bernie Mac, I think, said it, that he came out behind somebody, and that's when he did the whole cut the beat. I ain't scared of you.
Motherfucker.
Yeah,
right.
so he said he heard this comedian out before him, and the comedian was getting all kind of cheers, and so he was like, yo, I got to do something.
That was that.
I got to throw the shovel in the ground on this one. And so he came out there doing that, and so
that was on BET. I mean, on HBO. Wasn't it? When
HBO, he had
Def Jam.
On that colorful.
Yeah, that was Def Jam when he said, I ain't scared of you, motherfucker.
Cut the beat.
Yeah, he was. I think that was back when he was on Def Jam when a comedian come out in New York. That's when he was a young man. You know what I'm saying? I believe that's what you talking about.
I think that's the one. It might not have been Kings of Comedy. It may have been Def Jam.
Yeah. See, now there's a lot of comedians on Def Jam that should have blown up. You know who Barbara Carlisle is?
Yeah.
See, Barbara Carlisle from Statesboro. See, now a woman comedian that should have blown up is Barbara Carlisle and all these other women comedians.
Do you think that has to do with her material or her
wrong time? Wrong
okay.
time. She came out. If she would have came out in 99, 2000,
right?
She came out. She was doing comedy 10 years by the time I got it.
Right.
If she would have came out, she'd already been on TV and everything because she's witty.
Yeah. She's
very, very talented. You know, that's one of the nicest comedians I ever worked with that made you feel encouraged and real nice. You know, Bruce has always been real nice.
Who's the funniest person that you've been around? The person that made you like, yo.
Steve Brown.
Okay. That's the bald head dude?
Oh, yeah. Yes, it is. He's very animated. You know who Steve Brown is, right? I don't know if you remember. Steve,
I probably see. I watch comedy a lot, but I've probably seen.
But he's like vicious, buddy.
Really?
If he goes on stage before you, it's gonna be lit on fire. And I don't say that about a lot of comedians, but I just know how talented he is. He's crunk. When you get like RNSJ, he was crunk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's very animated and stuff. He's very talented. Yeah. So you think Eminem is the rap god, or?
I think I think he's the greatest alive.
Well, let me just say this. You know, Run DMC, Jam Master G. I mean, all these guys that rap before him. Even like old boy from Naughty by Nature, he could rap too.
Tritch.
But I just think Eminem's one to put big words to shit. You know, because back in the day, it was just like talk about a little thing. But then he started putting like.
And the fact that he changes up his patterns,
he does do that. And let me tell you this.
He's rated one of the top 10 fastest speed rappers that can rap like that.
Right.
Who would have never thought that Eminem would do that back when you hate Shady? You know
My name
what I
is.
mean?
Yeah.
My name is. You didn't think that he'll.
Imagine being Dr. Dre hearing this white boy come to the studio. And at the time, a lot of things going on back when Rodney King and all that stuff. You got to understand the chance Dr. Dre took. But what a chance he took. See, you got to understand, sometimes you got to just pull the door open for some people.
Sometimes all we need is the door pulled a little bit for us.
Just a little bit.
You know, just answer the door.
Yeah.
Just answer the door for us.
Yeah.
And I say that because I feel like Mike answered the door for me. Come on. So got the commercials. Been doing that 15 years. Now I got my own company podcast and recording studio. So that was from that knock on the door.
Right.
Eminem was knocking on the door and Dre answered the door. Now they don't have to touch the door because the
shit open automatic.
You walk to the door and sees your eyes and just so that is a master combination.
Right. Like, you know, people be
and
mad.
50 Cent.
I'm about to say, people be mad at 50 because he owned M's dick. Right? But that's what they would say.
Right.
He ain't on the M's dick. He owned the respect.
He appreciate what M did for him.
That dough right there, he'll never forget that dough. You can't say shit about Eminem to him.
Zero.
Because that dough slapped wide ass open for him. And that's what he'll never see. People forget. That's another problem.
And now, since M opened the door for 50, now 50 is opening doors for other people. Yeah, you could come to this. I'll open this door.
He also blowing people's legs out from under them.
Yeah, he want his money if you owed it to him. He wanted it by Monday.
But he also put you on blast. He don't play.
He don't care.
He do not care.
He gives zeros.
I love it. I you know what I say? Some people are meant for that, but I just like Corey Holcomb. You know Corey Holcomb? Yeah. He's a beast too. Now I'm gonna tell you.
Funny.
Let me tell you.
He don't care.
That's another motherfucker he don't play.
He don't care.
He'll come out he's been like that.
Corey Holcomb don't care who you are. If he thinketh, he saith. And he stand 10 on it.
I did a show with him in Phoenix. He's just a beast. I mean, like, he just different. You know, I don't know if I could do as good as him. You know, like I go out and do my thing, but it's totally different than what he do. Yeah. He come out, he's different. He just different, bro.
You know who else I thought was different? Patrice O'Neal.
Don't know who that is.
He's a comedian that did a lot of stuff. He talked a lot about his girlfriend and his relationship, and talked about he just check him out. Patrice O'Neal.
I will. I don't keep up with a lot. See, like I told you, I don't watch comedy. Yeah, I know that sounds.
So crazy. I was getting ready to ask you, for up and coming comics, do you recommend people keep their eye on anybody? I don't know if you're not really okay.
Everything's that went to this internet.
Okay.
Like, they booking people off their phone.
Really?
Like, you these comedians, like, these people, they do these skits, they getting booked as comedians.
Speaking of that, I want to go back. We was talking about, like, the Country Wayne. So, Country Wayne, I knew him from the skits. Oh. So, when somebody said he's doing a comedy show, I'm like, okay, so you can do a funny skit and I can laugh. But for you to give me 45 minutes of, like, funny, I feel like it's different when you do a skit than to stand up in front of somebody and make them laugh. My family tells me, Ricky, you should do comedy because you're funny. For me, it's easy to make my family laugh. Whether they laugh or not, I'm gonna be stupid. But when I gotta go on stage and you paid me to make these people laugh, now that's a different kind of pressure.
Yeah, but I get paid, I get funny. Boy, look here, when I get that money in my hand, I don't do nothing till I get my money. Okay. I did a show in Kentucky. And he's like, this next brother come on stage, give up a Redbone. I'm in the back like this.
Give it up for Redbone.
They come to the door, I said, he said he calling you up. I said, oh, okay then. I ain't got my money yet. They talking about. I said, yeah. And they went running.
Did that come from the experience of saying you'll get half up front and then the other half when you get here or after the show, and then after the show, you done did the work. The people already laughed. The laugh is already paid for. It's a wrap. And now you don't have your money, and then you have to go through, okay, we're gonna do this the nice way or get into some gangs, you know what I mean? Then now you have decisions to make about your money.
Yes. I mean, I like I say, bro, when I do a show now, I don't get a deposit. That's one thing I don't do. Now, people are like, you ain't getting a deposit.
How does the deposit? Now, that's like if I wanted you to do a show, I say, well, this is me giving you half a deposit saying that I'm sure that I want you to do the show. So when you get here, I'll pay you the rest,
yeah, so let's say you say we do $3,500. Okay. Some people will try to do $1,500 up front, right? And then I get the other $2. Well, I tell them this. I say, I need my flight. I need my confirmation. And when I get off the airplane and whoever picks me up, I'm going to need my money right then. That's what I say.
That sounds fair. The tickets already sold.
Even if they not. You don't book me for the show. Regardless, I need to get my
other stuff down.
I'm set. It's a wrap. You got me for this day. I don't know what you did on your sales, but I ain't got nothing to do with me. Whoever you put on the show, whatever, I'm just saying. And I've worked with people before, but it sucks You know, when you go through that. But some people sometimes they don't have it. You know, and you just got to be like, and people be like, man, you ain't even mad. I say, can't get mad, man. Can't squeeze. My dad used to say you can't squeeze blood from a turnip or something like that. You know, can't squeeze, you know, if it ain't there. I say, well, listen, you going to send it to me? They say, yeah. I say, all right, cool. And I've had people say they going to send me the money and actually send it because of how I reacted.
Right.
They didn't have it.
Yeah.
But they said, give me a couple, 2-3 weeks.
You weren't confrontational with them?
I said, man, whatever, man. Because I tell you something. I save my money. I should sell cars. And the car business teach you how to save money. Because, see, I have a good July, but my August might suck. But I've learned to always stack a back. So if I had a July month, June, July, August, I have a slow month. I was good because I saved all that money.
Question about the selling cars.
Uh-huh.
Let's say somebody come and buy a car and they pay for the car in cash.
Mm-hmm.
And your commission on that, do you get immediately or versus me coming and now I'm paying for the car for 5 years and then somebody else takes over the payment and then you get commission later? How does that part work?
All right, so let me tell you how the car business work. Number one, all they trying to do is sell a car. They don't care nothing about you. Number one. Now, they can sit here and try to act like they care, but they just trying to make that number. All right? You a number. Even though they call you Mr. John.
Hey, Mr. John, come on in.
Mr. John, you have you like your shoes.
And that's a nice shirt.
Man, that go-to you got right there, the best go-to I ever seen. But at the end of the day, you just a number, right? So when I sold cars back in the day, once you hit 7, you get a little bonus. Once you hit 10 or 15, you get another bonus, right? But when I used to sell cars, we got a Mini, which a Mini was $100 if it was a car with there ain't no money on,
right? Which
are like Cavaliers.
Okay,
those were Minis, $200-$300 car. You sell a used car, you make about $800. Sell a Corvette, you make $2,500, $1,500. There's cars you can make a lot of money on, right? Car business has changed a whole lot from when I was in. You used to make money on the front end, which is your commission, and on the back end on finance. So we would make money off that too. We make commissions off
people making payments.
Yeah, no, commission like the rate. So let's just say you came in. Let me share something with y'all real quick. A lot of credit people that don't know. When you got a beacon score, a lot of people don't know what a beacon score is. That's your credit score, right? Some people would come in and have a credit score of 750. Well, we would give them a rate from like a 612. But like your credit was a 612. So that means you got approved through the bank for 3.9. But we closed you at 12.7. So we made all that interest off you.
That 6 point to 12, whatever.
We made that money off you right then. Because we closed you on a bigger rate. So you made money on the front and the back. So the finance guy in the booth is trying to knock your head off in the back. And if you're not an informed car buyer, you are screwed because you have no idea that your credit score is good and that you can get top tier financing, but you up here signing for 12.9 when you could have had 3.9. It was so messed. Let me tell you why I got out of car business. Well, I mean, a lot of reasons, right. Comedy, but because you almost like a liar. It's not like you lying, but you start lying small. And guess what? That carries into your life. Because when you start telling little lies, they go into...
Then it's you doing it every day.
Exactly. And then you... Go ahead.
No, you go.
And you tend not to have no couth after that.
Yeah, you don't care.
You don't care.
I worked for a company called Chapel Sales. And Chapel Sales is a company that sells books and magazines around the United States. Mm-hmm. But they always got people that look young to work for them. So we went down to Florida. They even taught us, because it's a lot of Spanish-speaking people.
Right.
So it was like, I don't even know how to speak Spanish, so how am I going to... They taught us how to say, I am a student trying to collect 20,000 points for school, selling books and magazines.
Lying.
So I remember saying, uno estudiante colecting 20,000 puntos for the colegio. They taught me how to say that. And I told my mother one day, I was like, I'm just lying to these people to sell them. I'm not a student. I'm a grown man trying to make a living. And I just can't do this. It's not for me. We was down in Florida. So I caught my bus back because I just don't, that's not really who I want to be. Right. I don't want to. Then later, somebody came to my house
and did that shit.
They uno estudiante. I was like, so Chapel sales? And their eyes was like, yeah, I'm like, nah, I worked for them before. Nah, I'm good.
We peep game player.
Yeah, we peep game player. But it's crazy, like they taught me how to say something in another language so I can lie to these people to get. And I don't remember how much money I was making. It was nothing in comparison selling encyclopedias and, stuff like that back in the day.
Well, it's funny you say that because, when I go out, I go to a lot of business. We go in a lot of businesses around here.
Right.
So I always go in there and ask them if they hiring. And I say, well, can I get an application? And I get the applications for everybody who's hiring. So when I go pull up at these lights and the people ask for money, I say, you ain't got to do the legwork. I done took care of this for you. All these people hiring right here. Which one you?
You are.
I'm serious. I do that for real.
Oh, that's funny.
What? You ain't about to sit here and get me, dog.
Oh,
I got you. They hiring. I done went and did the legwork.
They're ready for you.
Just the application. They need people.
Right.
And then they want to be like, right?
That's funny. They don't want that. They want that money.
What? Bruh, I tell you, man, it's amazing how God will pull you out.
When it's your turn, baby, it's your turn. And he take care of you.
Yeah. I bring God up because that's who it is, man. I mean.
Without him, nothing is possible, baby.
I'm just saying, bro. I mean, I tell you, I have been blessed, bro. I mean, I can't explain it, bro. I'm not a millionaire. I'm $1,000 heir. I made a lot of money over the years, but I save my money. I'm very cheap. I'm frugal. I don't buy new cars because I used to sell cars.
Right.
Cars don't do it for me.
Right.
I don't care all my cars are older. All of them paid for, all of them have remote start, GPS, everything. Just like your car. It's just older. Air conditioned, blow cool. I drive my shit out of town right now. Most people go rent a car. Man, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just different.
Yeah.
I'm built different.
And we love it, brother.
Yeah, for sure.
We love it.
Well, I just want to say this, God got plans for you, and your story ain't over yet.
I accept it.
You got another chapter.
I'm taking it.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Preach, brother.
My mama always, let me tell you this, my mama used to say, I had a lot of people say you should be a pastor because they say a lot of people would follow you. And I say, well, I cannot do it because I'll be a hypocrite because I like to look at ass. So if somebody in the church was fat up, I'll be preaching and at the same time I'd be like, God, look at her. Amen. You understand? I mean, and that's being a hypocrite.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you can't be one without the other.
Right.
And that's the problem with today. People cannot be real.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate your realness. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you coming over here, having a clever conversation, baby. We appreciate it. So do me a favor, man. Please tell people how they can reach you with any of your social.
So at Comedian Redbone, Twitter at Comedian Redbone, Instagram. I'm on Facebook, Comedian Redbone, and then, Michael Alcott, my name on my regular name. But you can just Comedian Redbone at AOL.com. That's how you know how old I am. Wait, I got to get the update. Where was it at? Blockbuster on the counter. You grab the CD, bring it to your house, and update the new shit. Let me tell you, the life is great, wasn't it?
It was beautiful, man. I appreciate your love, too. But before we finish, we got something for you.
All right. Oh, shit. I got a box. You know his arm ain't that long.
You know these.
You saw them alligator arms? He about broke his damn shoulder reaching for that.
Oh, man. So we want to say thank you. This is a token of our appreciation. Please look at it. Check it out, man.
I appreciate it. It's my birthday gift. Early.
We're not the Grammys yet, but we figured we could do a little swag, something for you.
Slide it out. All right. Open it up. Okay, there we go. It's fancy.
Boujan.
Damn. What? Nice, brother. I like that. That's awesome. What? Shit.
It's custom?
Damn. He did it like that, y'all.
What does it say? I don't think I tell people what it say.
It says wear a condom. This is the Clever Conversation Podcast and red to the bizone on the back, baby. And then I got some, I got all kind of merch over here. Got a scrawl for it. If you don't know what that means, we get strawberries and I live down the street. And that's how a lot of motherfuckers used to talk back around here.
And you like scrimp.
Scrimp. You got them a scrimp? How about that strawberry soda? Shit, you better recognize. Let me look at my shirt. Boy, look at him. I had a clever conversation. Follow you on YouTube, Instagram with Clever. I love it. That's awesome, brother. I appreciate you, my man. And I'll wear it with pride.
And please make sure you take a pic and post it on our Google review. Send it on the Google.
I will do it. Listen, I'll do it when I get home.
I appreciate you, brother.
No, I appreciate you and always blessed. I know. I feel blessed.
I'm blessed to have you. I'm blessed to call you my friend. So I'm blessed with that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you who else you might want to get because I'm not no hater.
Right.
Is Biggie.
Yeah, Biggie, that's my man.
Biggie is that's one I don't want one thing about me. He started a little before me. Yeah. It's my boy. Yeah. And we
me and his sister used to work together, Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa, she know how to do them nails. She's a nail lady, but Biggie,
Eric Wickers. I'm gonna get him off the front porch. The crazy thing is I was supposed to go chop it up with them on the front porch. And every time because I travel for work, so every time they was wanting me to do it, I was gone. But now I got my platform where I could come bring them here and, kind of pace it out.
Me and Big E kind of put Savannah, Opportunities when it first did it, but me and Big E,
Trust me, I know. I've been laughing at y'all for years.
Yeah,
man.
So people be hating all they want, but at the end of the day.
So I'm going to get you back on because we're going to do a comedy panel.
Oh, for sure.
I'm going to get you back on and you, Big E, and a couple of other cats we're going to get on here and we're going to have a panel of comics and we just going to talk fun and just, clown
I'm down,
out.
brother. I appreciate y'all very much.
Listen, thank y'all again for watching this episode of Clever Conversations. I'm your man, Clever. And as usual, please like, comment, subscribe, post, share, all of the fun stuff. And we end the day by saying 2 fingers. One love.
One love.
Peace.
Peace.